What's good with the YouTube family? And today I got for y'all another haircut tutorial. This tutorial is going to be featuring my homeboy Duran. We're going to be doing a high taper on the sides and then just doing a taper on the back. And I'm going to show y'all step by step how I would do this haircut. All right, now with that being said, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go with the grain to knock out the top of that line. Make sure I don't go into his actual locks. And then I'm going to go against the grain with the one guard. And with this, I'm going to be using my Andes Masters for the duration of this haircut. All right, here you can see I'm still going with the grain just to make sure I don't dig into his actual locks. And for this cut, I decided to just do that all the way around before I actually got into the fade. I was just gonna go around each part of the haircut and just knock out that top line just so I can make sure I'm not messing with his actual hair throughout this haircut. And I'm just gonna go in with this one guard with the grain all the way around just to knock that hair down and clear out all the bulk that would be at the top of the fade and the top of the taper. All right, now that's all taken care of. All I'm gonna do is go in with the one guard with the lever open, and then I'm just gonna be clearing out some of this hair and making sure I get all the hair even before I continue on with this fade. Now that I feel like all the hair is even, all I'm gonna do is start to set in this bald line, which is our first guideline to this taper. I'm gonna go from his temple to like the top of his ear, and I'm just gonna use that as a frame to set in the guideline. Next step up, I'm gonna go in with my Andes Masters with the lever all the way open, no guard on it. And then with that, I'm just gonna go in and make my second guideline. And I'm gonna make sure I leave a little bit of hair up front closer to the line up. To clear out that bottom line, I'm gonna use my lever halfway open to soften up that line. And then I'm gonna close it all the way up when I'm ready to blend that line all the way out. Next step is we're gonna take that middle line out, and with that, we're gonna use a zero guard with the lever all the way closed, making sure that we use our corners to blend it out. Not trying to make the line another harsh line, so we're just gonna use the corners to blend it out, and then we're gonna open up the lever the higher we go up into this taper. All right, we got one side down. Now it's on to the back taper. We gonna just go in with a one guard all the way closed this time. And we're gonna do that just because I feel like the hair in the back grew a little bit thicker than his hair on the sides does. That's the only real reason why. And yeah, I'm just gonna use this one guard to knock down all the hair that's in the area of that taper. Now that that's done, all we're gonna do is we're gonna start with the guidelines for this taper. The first one that we're gonna set in is that bald line. And we're gonna set that bald line in like right below the bottom of his ear, just to like give a good framing if that's where you usually wanna set the bottom of your taper line at. Now that that ball line is set, all we're doing is just how we did it on the side, where we're setting in our next guideline with the lever all the way open. And we're just gonna blend it out the same way too. Have it halfway closed and then close it all the way up just to blend that line out. For this back taper, I decided to go in and soften the line up first instead of blending my way up and working my way up in the fade. So I have the zero guard with the lever all the way open, just softening up that line, making sure I don't go up too high into the taper. And then I'm gonna close it up to blend that line all the way out, just using the corners of that blade. Now that we got the back and that other side's taper taken care of, there's really not that much instruction I got for this side of the taper. It's going to be the exact same steps. So just follow through with the same steps from that other side or from the back sides of the taper, and that's how you'll get your fade for this side. Now that we got his taper done all the way around, what we're gonna do is prep the line up with that. We're just gonna use some alcohol to prep it all the way around on the edge up. And then we're gonna follow behind that with some holding spray. with the edge up on the neckline, I usually like to just start at the top of the ear and then hit the bottom of the ear and then work that middle area and make sure that line connects. Since this front line is already prepped, all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get straight to it. I'm gonna hit the vertical bars on each side, then I'm gonna hit the middle, and then I'm gonna work my way from the middle to one corner, and then go back to the middle and work to the next corner. Now that we got them a crispy edge up, what we're gonna do is, to make it pop, we're gonna add a little bit of enhancements right here. I'm just hitting the vertical bar with some Cutzz Temptation spray, and then I'm gonna hit that front line after. And then I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side of the lineup. follow behind that with some fibers, and just like that, we'll be done with the enhancements, and we'll just have to edge the hair up again just to make sure he has a real nice crispy defined look when he get out the chair. Me personally, I like to go in with some more holding spray when I'm all the way done with the lineup, brush it down, test it to make sure we don't have any loose hairs. And then I'll go in with a blow dryer to lock that hair in. And then we're just gonna go behind the edge up one more time just to give it a little bit of an ash line. I'm not really touching this lineup, but I'm just going like right in front of it. And like I said, what this will do is it'll just give me an ash line without having to use that barber pencil. And just like that, the haircut is done. Thank you guys for tuning in, and make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.